Hello, hello, hello. So happy to have you with us. So I just wanted to come on really quickly because I cannot believe there's been so much going on. So wanted to touch on some things right before the finale of The Bachelor with Matt James. Hope you can hear me well. And also, thanks for listening, watching, and subscribing. And I wanted to actually record this, but I'm a new user of this software, but it looks like the feature I'm looking for, recording and uploading, is now a premium feature. And I'm still trying this, this software out. So here I am live, at least I think I am. So we know that Chris Harrison, if you looked at my last video, he made some comments that just didn't really reflect the times we are in now or the times we were in 5 years ago or however many years ago that was, exactly 3 years ago or so. And I did talk a little bit about that before. He did apologize, but the show decided that was not enough, and he is out as a host next season. So the ladies that are in as a host for next season, I am wondering if you know who they are. And if you do, then this won't be any surprise to you. But if you do not, it will be a surprise to you. So let's have a little bit of a drum roll. They announced that the hosts for next season, well, let me give you a clue, actually. This makes it a little bit more fun. So one of the Bachelorettes, you'd like to say, is Caitlin. So you may be familiar with Caitlin. You may not be familiar with Caitlin. This is Caitlin, and she is one of the new hosts of the Bachelor. So we'll be expecting to see her. She is from a much previous season. And obviously, you know, Tasia, she does not really need much of an introduction because she's still kind of close to, you know, whom we remember as the host. And so that is who will be replacing Chris. We also know this evening we're going to have another host, and he is going to be taking over for this evening only. So we can stay tuned for that as well. So now that we got through all of that, I wanted to talk just a little bit, because we don't have much time, about the final two ladies who are going to be on the show. So the two ladies on the show, we have Michelle, and we also have let me get the right. We have Michelle, and then we also have, I'm almost forgetting her name, Rachel. I don't know how I can forget her name with all the controversy that got Chris ousted as host. But Rachel. So Michelle and Rachel. So it was interesting because I spoke with my mom about this. I had a really nice, interesting conversation with my mom about this because with Michelle, my mom clued me in on Michelle early on. I think it was maybe an episode that I missed out. And my mom was like, look at Michelle. Michelle, is someone they had an instant connection to Matt James. They connected. And she really, gave me a little bit more background about her. And even with the hometowns, my mom was explaining how Matt James felt, he even commented that they felt he felt the most comfortable at her home visit than anyone else's. And I could just see the two of them. At one point, they even wore the same matching outfits. It was really funny. So I really could see that there was definitely a connection there. I just, she's real in terms of, what you see is what you get. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. You can see her. She, I don't know, forgive me. I'm just throwing out some things that were in my conversation with my mother and things she noticed about her compared to the other girls, other ladies, I should say. And that was one of them. And, you could tell she would be, she's ready for marriage. She's ready to have children. She doesn't have like a 10-year timeline to have children. She's probably ready to have children in the next, 2 to 5 years or something like that. And she's a teacher. So I think that, she would be the ideal choice, but is he going to choose her off the bat? I don't think so. I think he's going to choose Rachel. And there is more potentially words that I was hearing describe more passion there. There, is something, maybe that instantaneous attraction. And he's probably looking at her as fitting into his world in terms of his friends. That's what I think in terms of his friends, the way it was described to me. Michelle's a ready-made, wife and mom. That's also how we were looking at it as well. Rachel, on the other hand, I mean, she definitely is obviously someone he has that attraction to and that passion for. Will they have, will she be a wife and mother right away? Probably not with him. But will they stay together? I would like to hope so if he picked her. But again, what will Matt James do? There was that controversy with Chris Harrison and Rachel Lindsay. And so with that controversy with Chris Harrison and Rachel Lindsay, there was a lot of, I don't even want to use the word that I'm thinking of, drama. I feel like it's so overused, but there was just a lot of things going on there. And actually, just on a side note to go back, I really would have loved to see Rachel, besides myself, as a host for The Bachelor because, I like her. And I don't understand why the world is so afraid of Rachel Lindsay. I'm sorry, but she's smart. She was obviously the first it's a tongue twister, Bachelorette. And so I feel like, why not her? And I think I mentioned it, if you saw my last live, I actually rebroadcasted it and scheduled it. But one of the things I had forgot to mention, but I put in the chat, was that what I was getting at in terms of the comments under Chris Harrison's, IG account is that on the gram, you could see all these comments, and they were all very negative about and against Rachel Lindsay. And my whole thing is, why? What did she do to you? What did she do to you? Except be who she is and be fabulous, And so I just didn't really understand where all the hate was coming from. They were defending him and tearing her down. You would think they would be doing something between these two, but it was trying to tear her down and defending him. And she's just asking the questions. What is the problem? What is the problem? Seriously. So, okay, I'm off of that. But, you know, so yeah, the question is, what will Matt James do? Because, obviously with this whole situation with um Rachel, not Rachel Lindsay, but the Rachel that you would choose, where does that leave their relationship? So that is just a question that's to be seen. I will say I did cut myself off, so I kind of have to remember what it was saying. Well, okay, the other question I was going to have is, will he do an Ari? Wasn't it Ari? Will he pull an Ari? Was it Ari who did this? Yes. So, because I used to say, will he pull an Ari? I remember I used to say that. So, will he choose Rachel and then change his mind and choose Michelle? Will he do that? Or will he choose Rachel and then choose himself and go with no one? Will he go with no one? I really don't know. I mean, I really think he would be best with Michelle. I really, really do. But he may go, maybe that's why he grew that beard. He's going through something, he is still finding himself. He's not quite done. And yeah, I'm just really interested to see what will come of this evening. I'm excited to see the new host. Everything is starting right now, so I've got to go. I don't know what you guys do or guys and gals, what you all do when you watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but I'm hoping to get a workout in. So wish me the best, because sometimes we say that and it doesn't go as planned. So I'm going to hope for the best there. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy the last episode, and we will definitely touch base again and see what all has transpired and kind of digest this thing together. All right. Well, love you all for watching. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. So thanks again for listening, watching, subscribing. Bye.